Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got no book to read for you. Today, book is Baby Fozzie's Snow Pal from 1991. So let's get started. It had snowed all day and all night, and the water outside was very beautiful. But every one of the babies, except Fozzie, had a cold. Only Fozzie could go outside to play in the snow. Nanny bundled Fozzie up in his snowsuit, mittens, and mufflers. "No sense in your missing out on all the fun," she said. Fozzie stepped out into a wonderland. Everywhere he looked, he saw glistening white. "Hello," said Fozzie, and his voice came back to him, sounding queer and a little lonely. He wished his friends could come out and share the snow with him. But then Fozzie got a great idea. First, he made a snowball and rolled it in the snow until it was the size of a beach ball. Next, he made a slightly smaller ball and placed it on top of the first one. And then he made a third one, even smaller, and piled it on top of the second one. Finally, he ran inside and got a carrot from Nanny in an old hat and muffles he outgrown. When he was done, Fozzie stood back and admired the snowman. It looked just like him. An honest-to-goodness snow pal. Fozzie heard a tapping noise. He looked up at the nursery window and saw all the other babies lined up, their nose pressed to the grass. They waved at him. Wishfully, he grinned and waved back and introduced his snow pal to them. That night, at bedtime, he stood at the window and looked down. "Good night, Snow Pal," he said. "See you tomorrow." The next day, the sun shined brightly. The other babies was well enough to join Fozzie outside, and they was very happy to be out in the water again. They made snow angels. They danced around the Snow Pal, and then they all went sled riding. But when they came back, something was happening to Fozzie's Snow Pal. The warm afternoon sun was making him drip, drip, drip. Fozzie crept from his bed that night and looked down on the snowman. Sure enough, he was much smaller than he had been yesterday, and his carrot nose had fallen off. The next day was even warmer. Fozzie refused to go outside and play with the others. He couldn't bear to see his snow pal wasting away. The day after that, it rained. By the end of the day, Fozzie's snow pal was a small white mound in the backyard. As Fozzie looked out on it, a tear rolled down his cheek. Then he felt something tugging at his sleeve. "What is it?" he asked, too miserable to even turn around. "Come and look," said Kermit. "We have a surprise for you." Sadly, Fozzie followed Kermit into the kitchen, where everyone else was waiting with a floss or forks. Piggy opened the freezer door and sat inside, complete with a baby carrot, nose, a hat, and muffles. With a tiny snow pal, Kermit took him out and held him in his hands. "When we saw how sad you were to lose your snow pal," said Gonzo, "we got the idea to make you a little something to remember him by. We used some of my Dow clothes," Piggy explained proudly. "He is a cute little snow pal," said Fozzie. "Thanks. He has to stay in the freezer," said Kermit. "But Nanny said you can visit him every day." And that's just what Fozzie did. And he was about the only kid anywhere who could stay in the middle of July that had an honest to goodness snow pal. So that was Baby Fozzie's Snow Pal from 1991. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day. Well, another video coming out real soon.